A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+. English, that's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A+ way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English.
AI-generated art wins art competition.
Controversy surrounds the 2022 Colorado State Fair Arts Competition. Game designer Jason Allen entered works in the digital arts category. This means art that uses digital technology as part of the creative or presentation process. Allen used Midjourney, an artificial intelligence (AI) program, to create 3 pieces. The program produces detailed images based on written prompts. Allen spent 80 hours on his entries. His piece, Théâtre d'Opéra Spécial, won the $300 first prize.
Hi, and welcome to Hot News 2. I'm Adam.
And I'm Elsie.
Elsie, have you ever noticed when you are typing or texting on your phone or computer, sometimes it finishes the word you were typing or texting?
对，会有那个自动输入的那个装置，那个服务。So, of course, yes, and I'm very grateful for it sometimes.
Yeah, it's quite handy. Well, the title of our article today hints on this idea, but in a more advanced way.
What do you mean?
Well, our title today is AI-generated art wins art competition.
AI-generated art. So AI means artificial intelligence.
That's correct, yeah.
人工智慧，所以我们说人工智慧赢得了一场 art competition， 赢得了一场艺术比赛。Interesting.
That is interesting. So we can kind of see, well, maybe a computer did something very special. Our article continues to say, controversy surrounds the 2022 Colorado State Fair Arts Competition. Ooh, so it sounds like some people won't be happy maybe about this.
Because there's controversy, 这个名词代表是争议、争论。那搭配的动词可以是 cause or provoke controversy. For example, the president's speech caused great controversy. 代表这个总统的演讲引起了很多的争议。那这边我们还看到句首它用的是 controversy 当主词，后面说 surrounds something， 那就代表某事是具有争议性的。所以在美国的科罗拉多州所举行的一场艺术比赛引起了争议。Controversial 这个形容词呢，就是有争议的，所以我们可以用这个字来形容，像是 issue, decision 或是 speech， 好，议题啦、决定啦，或者是演讲，好，都可以用 controversial 来形容。
Yeah, there have been quite a few controversial issues or topics or subjects that have been discussed more recently, at least in the United States in the past couple years. One of them would be a controversial subject recently in the States was about whether getting the vaccine shot for COVID-19 was a good idea or a bad idea.
就是要不要打针？打针到底是 good idea 还是 bad idea?
That's right. So usually if you're at a dinner table and you're talking to friends and family, it's best to avoid any kind of controversial subjects.
Because it's related to politics?
It can be politics. It can be religion and belief. And so, yeah, it can be quite a things that people hold dear and are not easily to let go of. They won't let it go. So their opinions are set in stone with what they believe in. So.
所以像是跟 politics 政治或是 religions 宗教有关的议题都会 具有争议性 controversial。 OK， 再来呢 competition 这个名词代表的是比赛竞赛，那比赛竞赛里头都会有竞争者，就是 competitors， 那这些竞争者都要非常的具有竞争力才可以赢得比赛，具有竞争力的呢是 competitive。
Right. So jumping back into our article, it says game designer Jason Allen entered works in the digital arts category.
Category 这个名词是类别，是范畴，所以这个类别范畴是 the digital arts category， 数位艺术的范畴。那我们的 designer， 好，他的名字是 Jason Allen。
That's right. So in that we see category, and you can kind of use category as a grouping or a bracket of some sort. So a lot of times in sports, you'll see it. For an example, the Olympic Games are broken into different categories. So you could have swimming is one category, and then diving, on the other hand, is another category. So they're not in that same category or bracket or grouping.
所以运动可以分很多不同的项目，好，在比赛的时候。
Okay, and jumping back into our article, it says, this means art that uses digital technology as part of the creative or presentation process.
OK， 所以我们刚刚说的数位艺术的范畴的 digital arts category 代表是运用数位科技创作和呈现的艺术。Sounds very complicated.
Well, it can be, I guess, but I think what they mean a lot of times by digital art, or at least that I know of, is it's just kind of on your computer and you maybe can't print it off or you can't take it home. It's just in that space alone.
But still you need a real person to do it, right?
That's correct.
To do the computer work.
Right, yeah. And that's where that Allen comes to play, where Jason Allen comes to play. It says in our article, Allen used Midjourney, an artificial intelligence AI program, to create 3 pieces.
Okay, an artificial intelligence program, 那就是一个人工智慧科技的程式。这个程式的名称是 Midjourney。 Allen 用这个程式创造了3幅的画作 3 pieces of art.
That's right. I wonder what they look like. I don't know if we have a picture, do you?
Maybe we can Google
That's great. Yeah.
later. Okay.
All right. All right. Our article continues to say, the program produces detailed images based on written prompts. So this programmer, Jason Allen, typed in some numbers, or we would say code, and the computer started to create designs. Wow, we are really living in the future, don't you think? Kind of?
Right. So prompt 它指的是提示字源，也就是我们输入给程式的指令。那文章里面的 written prompts 就是指由关键字组成的指令。So the program produces these images based on the written prompts.
That's right. So Jason Allen is, like he says in the article, a programmer, and he puts basically all these zeros and ones or codes into it that will create a design that is based on what he types in. So it's quite interesting, and it's a little above my head because I was never a huge computer science person. Were you?
Me neither.
No?
No, not at all.
Okay. Well, our article continues to say, Allen spent 80 hours on his entries.
Okay, so what does entries mean here?
Well, entries it's the process of entering or putting in data information, you could say, and updating that information into some electronic service like a computer program. So like we were discussing before, with all those zeros and ones, he typed those in, put it in there, maybe changed some things around, and it took him all that time of 80 hours to create the art that people are talking about in this Colorado contest.
So can I say Allen spent 80 hours on writing those prompts?
Yeah, that'd be okay.
Okay, 所以他就是花80个小时去写那些程式。And what did it turn out?
Well, let's look. The article says his piece Theater de Opera Spatial won the $300 first prize.
Wow. Even though it's only $300, but I can't believe this piece won the first prize.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. I think it's really cool, don't you?
But did the judge know all about how he made these arts?
Well, that's a good question. Let's find out.
The judges didn't know about Alan's use of AI until after he won. Many people are shocked and furious about the results. They think AI-generated art isn't real art. They also worry about machines replacing people in creative jobs. Others suggest AI-generated art should be a separate competition category. No matter what, the AI-generated art movement is here to stay.
Controversy. Competition. Category. Furious. Generate. Replace.
Jumping back to our article, it says the judges didn't know about Alan's use of AI until after he won.
赢了之后，评审才知道这些事情，就是他用的是电脑程式，用的是 AI 在做这些艺术的。So if there's a rule about not to use AI, then I think they should take away his prize. What do you think?
Well, if there wasn't a rule against it, then I believe it's fine to do that. Because if you're going to create art, whatever it may be, by painting, by drawing, by spray paint, or even by other means, that is still considered art, right?
Yes.
So if this man, Jason Allen, spends 80 hours creating something, putting in the numbers, and then having the computer detailed pictures from that, don't you think that's art as well?
Maybe. Interesting. Now I know. I don't know which side to stand.
Well, let's continue to read to see what we find out. Our article continues to say, many people are shocked and furious about the results.
Furious 这个形容词是 very angry, 也就是很暴怒的、狂怒的。Be furious about something, 那就是对某事感到非常生气。So we can say the teacher is furious about what the student said to her. 老师对于那个学生跟他说的话感到非常生气。So many people are very angry about this. They think it's not fair at all.
Yeah, they're just upset, furious, and just overall angry that somebody decided to use a computer program to create art. Interesting. Now, do you ever get furious with me?
Oh, all the time.
Oh, all the time? Oh, no.
Just joking.
You're shocking our listeners.
Just joking.
Well, continuing with the article, it says, they think AI-generated art isn't real art.
Generate 这个动词是制作、产出，也就是 produce 这个意思。AI generated art 那就是用人工智慧所制作出的艺术。那除了可以制作出艺术之外，我们还可以 generate 什么东西呢？像是 energy、power、electricity， 好，这些都是可以 generate。What is the best source to generate energy, in your opinion?
Well, I know that in the U.S. and most of the rest of the world, they generate they generate electricity from electric power plants. But as for other things to generate power or electricity, we have wind-generated power, solar-generated power, and they get their power or they get their source from, for an example, wind, for wind power, and sun from solar panels and solar power.
就天然的那些资源。Okay.
All right. Well, moving on, the article says, they also worry about machines replacing people in creative jobs.
Oh, that's why they're so furious about that. Replace 这个动词是取代，所以他们也担心机器会在需要创造 创造力的工作上面好去取代了人类，他们也是担忧这件事情。那 replace 我们还可以怎么说呢？怎么用呢？ For example, the bike is old and needs replacing 代表脚踏车旧了，需要替换。
Yeah, that's right. Actually, my watch band that connects my watch needs replacing as well.
Okay.
All right. Well, our article continues to say, others suggest AI-generated art should be a separate competition category.
A separate one, I think so too. 其他人认为呢，这样的艺术应该有自己独立的奖项类别，好，不要跟其他的都加在一起，应该要独立出来。What do you think?
If it should be a separate category or not?
I think it should be a separate competition category for this.
I think in the future they'll make that rule, but I think maybe the Colorado State art competition learned its lesson, maybe you could say, by not putting in that category.
So is this a big competition?
Well, the prize money was how much?
Oh, 300.
So it can't be probably that big.
所以才最大奖9000块台币 like 9,000 NT dollars.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, and he spent 80 hours working on it, so... All right. Well, our article finishes up by saying, no matter what, the AI-generated art movement is here to stay.
OK， 最后这个新闻说到啊，不论如何，人工智慧创造的艺术流派都会持续的出现。OK, so it's here to stay.
That's right. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. It's going to be here, and there'll probably be, like you said, more categories where digital art and computer AI generated art will have a whole category of shows and competitions that they can enter into.
So, like you said, you think this competition is, what, fair or unfair?
Well, I think it's fair that they didn't make the rule. However, after making the rule, if they make a rule where it says they won't allow AI-generated art, then I think if you try to sneak something in, then it would be unfair to other artists. But otherwise, as of now, if you had a competition where it's AI art versus AI art, and to see who would come out with the best art, then I think that's okay.
所以你觉得有这个 rule 是最重要的，如果有 rule 我们就 follow the rule.
I actually think, to be honest, they should have given Jason Allen more money for the competition.
Because?
Because he put in extra hours and he thought outside of the box.
True. Yeah.
Right.
He was the creative one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's all the time we had for today.
I'm Adam.
I'm Elsie.
And thank you for listening.
Bye-bye.
以上节目是由 A+ English 空中美语制作 A+ English 空中美语杂志，请洽询全国各大书店，欲索取试听教材，请来电02-2364-4000 02-2364-4000或上网查询，网址是 www.english4u.net www.english4u.net。谢谢您的收听。